I've actually managed to be a wife all this time. Wow. Props, yeah?
After all those first years telling me you are leaving me.
I can look like I'm rebellious, but when I allow you to see beneath the beautiful, it's so beautiful. Babe, tell them.
Anyway.
It's been such a beautiful journey, breaking those boundaries and being rebels together.
We've rebelled.
Sorry, mama.
My name is Kevin Kiru.
My name is Faith Kiru.
Well, I've known this girl for the last about 8-9 years.
Yeah.
Depending on which story you believe. There are always two versions.
I think the girl's version makes more sense. No, even the man's.
Yeah.
Actually, nowadays believe that the man's version should be the right one because you're the one who decides when you chose. You know, you're the one like, this is the day I actually saw this girl. So yeah, let's work with your version. So your version is how many years?
I'll say this is the 9th.
Let's work with that. I don't even remember.
I first saw you in 2012.
Oh wow, you're so good. I can't even remember. Yeah, but we met. I saw you, not we saw each other. I don't remember if you saw me or not. But I first saw you in uni too.
Yeah.
So ideally we met in uni.
Yeah.
But we've been together from a relationship stand for 6 years.
6 years.
6 years. Yes.
Yes.
And I remember on when was the date? Please remind me.
1st January.
Yeah, and you're just like
of 2015.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're like I want to ask.
Pursue.
I want you to be my girlfriend, and I want to pursue this relationship to get into marriage within
Yeah, I was
the
so
next
serious.
2 years.
Hey.
I'm like, dude,
I had a vision, man.
dude, you're
I had
asking
a
me
timeline.
for not even that is not an engagement. That is someone asking you for dating, but then they're already giving you a timeline for marriage.
Yes.
But I like that because I was
Yes.
just like, either you're in or you're not.
Yeah.
Just know in 2 years you're someone's wife. So if you're not ready, don't get into it. Yeah, so fast forward, we got married and
We have 2 girls.
we have 2 girls, yes.
Amanda and Mor.
We love them.
Amanda is 6.
Yes.
Mor is turning 2.
Very energetic, my goodness, very eloquent, very, I don't know, I feel like they take up after someone a lot. Who?
You, huh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but we're so grateful for them. And what we do, we are digital nomads.
Yeah.
So we work virtually and we help business owners and entrepreneurs start, grow, and build successful businesses. Yeah, so you can look at it from CEOs, but from an online business perspective.
And we are also travel journalists.
Yes.
So we travel. We have a passion for traveling. So we travel and document those travels.
You know why I'm laughing? Because I was like, sometimes I think about it as having passion for travel. I feel like everyone has passion for travel. Reality is just different. Yeah, we are very passionate again about marriage, and you know, we both come from single parented homes. So one of the things that you and I share in common is that we've desired to build a marriage that is stable, that is rooted in God, and just provide that platform for our girls to see, you know, God giving us life, to see marriage and come from a home that both the mom and the dad were involved and everything. So I actually remember we used to have a YouTube channel that used to talk about marriage. I know.
You're reminding me.
I just like,
far.
oh my God, oh my God. We started it immediately we got married.
The
We were
first
so
year of
excited about marriage. So we were there, month 1 in marriage, busy sharing about marriage. I remember one of the videos we did was how to stay happy in marriage. You're married for 2 months. You're still happy. You don't know how to stay happy. You know how to spark. There was just this video, and it got to some place we just felt this is not marriage. You know, these how to things. Marriage is way more than just how to. It's a lot of authentic. How do I call it? Like oneness, coming together, which is a process. So
especially even in the first few years of marriage, it is really tough because you are meeting 2 different people. I'm encouraging a young couple who has been married for maybe a year and they are fighting. It gets better with time because you gel. So in those early years of marriage, beginning years of marriage, it can be so tough because these are 2 different people you're forging a oneness. You're bringing something together. And Bible says that the two becomes one.
Yeah.
So that oneness is not we are becoming you or we are becoming me. Is that we are aligning ourselves to think in one direction because we are a family. So it takes time. It takes time. It's just not to give up.
Yes.
To keep going. It takes time.
Yeah. It does.
I knew I wanted to travel even before we started dating. I loved traveling. So I was in a church setup. I'm a believer. I was in church setup. I used to love missions. So I didn't know I have a passion for travel. Only that I'm in a church setup. So that is called missions.
You know, actually, the other day we were joking and saying a lot of these people who are in church who say they love missions. Nowadays I'm like, are you sure you want to go minister or you want to go travel?
Experience different places funded by the church. Anyway.
Moving forward.
Anyway, moving forward, we preach the gospel and
in different locations.
Preach the gospel.
Using the church resources.
Yeah, and it was nice.
So let's say church facilitated your initial days of travel in the format of ministry.
Yes, I was a missionary. This gospel, it has taken me to Malawi, Tanzania. You see, I traveled.
Yeah.
I traveled.
Yeah.
I love traveling. So
for me, it's always been. Boring and me are not in the same vocabulary. Like where boring is, I'm not there. Where you see me, there's no such thing as boring.
She's very dynamic.
I'm
she's always changing.
Yeah, I can't even tell you who I am because I'm one person today. Tomorrow, I just want to be a different person. The only consistent thing about me is that I believe in God, in Jesus Christ, and then I am a mother of 2 and I'm a wife. I've actually managed to be a wife all this time. Wow. Yeah. Props, yeah.
After all those first years telling me you are leaving me.
Right?
Used to pack her bags.
Yeah, because I'm just
once in a while.
I'm just like, how do you get married for all this time? It can't
like
be
I'm
boring.
trapped.
I've been trapped. Yeah, I know. I used to tell him I feel like I'm trapped in this thing called marriage. Like, what is this?
I used to encourage her. This thing is for life. Till death do us part.
Right? Yeah. So that's really has been like such a good combination because you knew you love travel, and for you even had documented it in a book. You had like this vision book where you had documented it and went and do this lamination. Dude, you used to be serious though.
I was so serious in
like,
life.
Hey, I know he used to have
You
like
made me a
Bahamas,
joker,
Dubai. Yeah, let's just say I've made you look at you now. Look at you. Side note, actually, you know, when we were planning our wedding, I wanted him to have like this shaggy hair. Hey, the guy had a tie. You know, it's a church thing. I was like, just like no. Yeah, I've spoiled mama's boy, but I feel like he looks edible. He looks edible right now. Anyway, so yeah, you had all these things figured out, but for me, I just knew I don't want to be bored, and anything boring is annoying to me. Thus, we've moved houses from 16 houses in a span of like 4 years. Thus,
in our
for
house,
you,
we don't have a menu.
We don't have a menu. We tried.
Because it will change. It will keep changing. It will keep changing.
How do I eat siji rice dengu every Tuesday? That's a lie. Like this Tuesday, I could want to eat rice dengu. Next Tuesday, I'm just like, what is that? Like, I don't want it. So it was such a perfect combination because while you knew that this thing that I'm trying to do can be satisfied, this desire I have can be satisfied by travel. Yeah, I didn't know what it is. So I think for me, I wouldn't say that my passion was I wanted to travel. I just knew I don't want to be bored. So if it means moving one house to another, if it means moving, then over time, as I heard you talk about different countries, because for you knew where you want to go. You had a vision board of the different people you want to meet. Where I'm just like, where you go, I'll go. As long as it's not boring, I'm there for you. Yeah, so it's really been in our system, and I feel that dynamic has helped us to always be on the same page. And one of the things that helps us a lot is that we've always been in sync. Even in our first year of marriage, when we are trying to, figure out marriage, we've always been on the same page, and that has really helped. Yeah. So one of the funny things about us is that we've never really owned a lot of things. You know, we don't buy stuff. We hadn't bought stuff. So I remember, like, you know how, like, you get into a typical Kenyan home, you know, you have all these things. So we've never bought stuff. And it's because we just wanted to always be on the go. So I remember the last house we stayed in just before we moved, because, you know, we moved and decided we want to travel full time. We decided to settle. We decided to try this vision that has been sold to us. You know, a lot of our friends used to be like, Aki, you guys, you have a way of getting good houses. Aki, see, you guys just try settle. You know, so we tried this thing called settling. We bought stuff. You know, we bought everything. And then 6 months down the line, we were just like, this vision is not working. So then we decided to sell our things.
Yeah, so we had two options. The first thought was, we look for a place, we store the things we have, a storage space, then move out to the coast for a month, and then just figure out the dynamics of how it works. So that was one of the ideas. The second one was
we move from where we are.
Yeah.
Okay, we leave the things in that current house and
for a
then
month.
travel and come back.
Luckily, or by God's favor, and
One of our friends.
We used to stay with in the same
they were
compound.
such a blessing.
They were like, will you guys consider selling your stuff? We're like, yes!
like you know, that moment that you're waiting to just get a confirmation. And then such a thing happens, you're like, this is the confirmation we've been waiting for. Oh yes, please. Yeah. So they came to the house.
Yeah, they looked what they could buy. They bought like almost like 80% of the things, the heavy things, the large things we had.
And it was amazing because we had just settled. Those things were new pretty much. They had just been bought 3 months in, because we were trying to get into this vision of settling, having a normal family. You know, just we were trying, you guys, you know, because some people were like, hey, by this asai ni spiritual warfare. You know, when you come from Africa, when you do anything that is out of the box, it's a spiritual warfare. I mean, there's your grandfather somewhere who died moving around. So Maze, you have a spirit of moving around. Hey, we fight it. So we were like, maybe it's true. Let's try this thing. And then we realized that spiritual is deep. It's very deep. Because after 6 months, we are like, we are sorry, but Aki, it's not working. Yeah, so that's how we decided and just sold stuff and, you know, left
they
Nairobi.
took most of them, and we just left and told them, you'll people upon, and let's keep going.
So our lifestyle is very dynamic, and one of the things that has helped is our kids they've gelled in. And then I think also the blessing, one of the things that I'm grateful for is that we got our kids very young. So they've literally gone through every transition with us, especially Amanda, because she's literally, I'm thinking I'm gonna be like 40 and she's gonna be 20 something, my age mate, you know. Yeah, so they've really transitioned with us. So she's literally part of us. Like, I feel like she's supposed to be seated here, just that we are one, and no man shall, you know, put us under. Sorry, Amanda. Ouch. Yeah, but yeah, that's the truth. So for them, this has been their lives.
Transitions have been their lives. We've explained how we moved a lot of houses.
Yes.
So transitional has been part of them.
Yeah. Actually, I remember one of the funny things is that she's mastered. I'm saying she because she's the one who's been with us for like 6 years. The other one just joined because she's just turning 2 in a few. There are places we will pass. She's like, this used to be our home.
Yeah. We used to live here.
And then she has friends from 16 different homes. I know, I'm laughing. It's funny, but it's also not funny for someone who thinks, oh, you know, there are people who believe like, oh, the child needs
the child will be depressed.
And let me tell you guys, depression is not about the friends you have or you don't have. Right now, I can say that as an adult, you know, and
true.
I look, there are friendships I had that I think depressed me more than the ones I didn't have. So actually, I will appreciate. You guys, I'm talking facts here, and we just know there are friendships you have, you realized after you left them, you're quite happy. So it was the friendships who were depressing you.
And we all know as you grow, the higher you go, the cooler it becomes.
Yeah.
You get a fewer and fewer
Yes. So this is the thing. I'm like, I know that's the path even for my children. They're going to be depressed with some of these friendships. So I'm taking the years of experience from them and just showing them the path they need to follow.
These are life skills
These
you're
are
giving
life
them.
skills, right? Like, they don't have to go through this depression. We've gone through enough for them. Yeah, so it hasn't been hard.
But they loved the coast. Like the because it was good.
Yeah.
Like the transition was good. They
Yeah.
enjoyed
Yeah.
more the last born.
Yes. Yes,
Last born.
Amen.
Na venye nimeslide hiyo last born.
Same page, baby, same page. Aye.
More the last born just became something else. Like she grew.
I
Like
know.
she exploded. I think she was confined in a house.
Yeah.
Set up in
Yeah.
a, you know, when you're in an apartment.
Hey, and then we used
In
to
Nairobi
stay, we used to
apartment,
stay
people
along
don't go out,
so
don't
cold.
play,
That place
it's
was
cold.
so cold.
But when she went to the coast, the environment was good to her.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah,
just
she
worked.
became girly and bubbly and it's just amazing.
A lot of us are stuck in bondages, a lot of bondages, depending on like how we've grown up, which culture you've grown up, if it's the Kikuyu culture, if it's even religious culture, we are stuck in different bondages. And I can see a lot of people are dying for freedom, just to do something different. But every time you try to do something different, you're labeled as a black sheep, or this one has some spirit, or this or that. And for me, it has been, we want to craft a different story. Coming from a place where we are single parented, we want to craft a different story for ourselves, that marriage works, we can do this, God can help us to pursue marriage, that we can raise kids differently, not the same way we were raised. As in, for me, is to pursue a different life. I've craved for freedom, like to come out of those shells or cages you've been put in, and I met someone, I met her who also wanted that kind of life, to be different. That was just God match, like it was perfect match, because both of us are in that space. We want to pursue something different. We want to craft a different story. We are trusting God to craft that different story, that different journey for ourselves, for our kids, for others, inspiring others to come out of the cages, the different shells we've been put in as a society. Doing that with you has been such a blessing for me.
I think when I want to use the word rebel, and not to mean like the rebel we know, but I will say that I have, if you look at what I do right now as a rebel, then I've been a rebel the rest of my life from primary school, because I remember there are times, so I was really good in languages, and at that point I wasn't good as much in maths. So I remember my language teacher wanted to keep confining me, so he was using me as his project. You know how like there's a way teachers are rewarded when students perform well, something like that. So when he would keep calling me, giving me homework for English, and then I remember he would say, you know, you're the one who is going to make me get A's in English. And I'm just like, yeah, I know I'm gonna get an A in English, but now I want to work towards getting an A in maths or something like that. And I go to that place, and the bottom line of this story is there's a way. I have always been that person who's like, I have my own mind, I have my own brain. Can't I just be allowed to think and implement this stuff? And that time I didn't know that's what I was doing. And I remember I used to be called proud. My mom used to be called a lot of times in school. What helped me is that I also used to perform well. So it kind of just savaged that pride. But now I look back, I realized that I was a child craving for freedom of speech, for freedom of expression, and that's what a lot of us don't have. And right now, as an adult and as a believer, Christ died to give me freedom, and I struggle with the fact that someone wants to craft a life and take me and put me inside that picture. Like someone draws this perfect picture of how a marriage looks like, and then they take me and put me inside that picture, and then I become the object. And I'm just like, if this marriage picture worked for you, it did not work for me. For me, the one and only true thing that I submit to is the Bible. So if you're gonna tell me to do marriage in this way and it's not biblical, you know, I don't see any part of scripture that tells me this, I need to live in this specific county. This is how I need. You get my point. So for me, I am just like, as call me out as a believer if I'm sinning outrightly. But if I'm not sinning outrightly, I'm just living my authentic life, then I don't see the problem with it. And we've met a lot of young couples actually in our travel journey that are in that season for rebelling. Because this is the thing, we always use this analogy for chasing a cat. You chase a cat, it gets to a place on the wall and it's like, I'm not running. Now let's fight. So a lot of our generation are in that space where we are like fed up with all these things for you need to finish uni, after uni you need to get a job, after getting a job you need to do this. It's so confining. I look back and I feel sad for people because we are bound in a way. We have to follow certain protocols that for us doesn't just accept anymore, and I'm grateful that we got to do it together, and it's just been amazing. It's been such a beautiful journey, breaking those boundaries and being rebels together.
We've rebelled.
Sorry mama.
Babe, thank you so much for journeying with me in this crazy having you in my life has been such a blessing. You know what, that scripture that says he who finds a wife finds a good thing and
That was
obtains
you.
favor. Yeah, that was me. I found a good thing and I have God's favor. Since I met you, I've become a better person. I've grown
Figuratively and physically,
yeah, all around. I've
Yeah.
become a better person. I thank God for you being in my life, and I just pray that God giving us life, we will do a lot. Travel to.
We're just starting.
Yeah,
We're
we
just
just started.
starting, I
Yeah,
know.
we just God giving us life.
Yeah.
We will do a lot. Thank you for journeying with me. Thank you for being the best wife, a good wife, best mom to our kids. God bless you. Thank you. I love you.
I love you. And thank you so much. I mean, I'm a handful. I mean, I don't think a lot of people will manage to deal with me on the face level, because I'm tough. I'm vocal. I can look like I'm rebellious, but when I allow you to see beneath the beautiful, it's so beautiful. Babe, tell them, right? But that's the point. They should not know.
To be
it's
continued.
it's just for you, right? It's so beautiful. Yeah, but so thank you for being patient with me to get to that. You know how like people look for gold and then you scratch, you finally find, oh my goodness, it was just this good. I've actually seen the process of making gold.
Yeah,
Remember?
we have seen.
Yeah,
we've traveled.
I've traveled a lot.
In Migori, we've seen gold, like gold.
Yeah. So that process, I feel like that has been the adventure you've been with me
Ish.
of scratching the soil. You're like, hey, but do need
such a
soil.
process
It's just
to
still
get
soil.
gold.
It's just still soil. And as years goes by, I feel like I know. You know how that sometimes you just know and yeah, you're growing. And
Yeah.
I feel like you found me at that ground surface of being a lot of soil, gold somewhere there. And just like that gold mine person, not knowing if they're going to find gold or not, you kept digging deeper, and slowly you're reaping the benefits. You know how they say gold is going to make people rich when they sell it? Yeah, but this gold you're finding.
Yeah. Surely I'm a richer person.
All right,
I'm a
right.
richer man.
Yeah. So thank you so much for loving me. Thank you so much for being on this crazy adventure and accommodating my crazy ideas that change every day. Like right now, I want to go here. In the next 2 hours, babe, what a stacky. You know, I don't even want. Maybe it's a feminine thing, but now mine is doubled up. And thank you so much. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being an amazing dad to our girls. I look at them and envy them in a good way. I never got that love. And I'm just like, I'm so happy that they get to experience love from their physical dad, and then that helps them to emulate God's love, because I struggle with God's love because I never got to see it physically. So I believe that our daughters will not struggle as much as I did because you've emulated that for them. So thank you for being an amazing husband and dad, and breaking the beliefs that men cannot take care of their kids. They're actually good men out there, and you've done well for Boy Child. You've shown the world, even if they don't know, right? Even if they don't know you, I'm here to tell the world and ladies out there that they're amazing men. This one is taken, but they're amazing men out there that can be like them. But then you have to allow yourself to go through that process with them and get them to get to that place. And he's getting fine his mind, but he's getting fine over time. I have to keep saying these things, guys. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The population of women is more than
Yeah,
men.
actually, that's scriptural. There's a scripture that says that a time will come that 5. Is it 5?
Seven
Woo!
women.
That's
Cling to
we'll
one
cling to
man.
one man. I'm like, this one has been clung to. Okay, no more clinging. But yeah, so thank you so much for loving me. I love you.